Hi, everybody, and we are live with Kat. I'm so excited for her. I feel like we met maybe like a year ago or so, and she's like, I've got these stories and I want to put them out, and I'm just so excited to see that you actually have made this come to fruition. You've brought this to publish, and here comes your second book. How exciting is that? You
Super
know?
exciting.
I'm so excited for you that you just took the leap and you're like, okay, I'm going to share these stories with the world. And I'm so just honored that you chose us to help you do that. So, talk to me about the cabin.
Wow,
What was your inspiration for this one?
the inspiration actually, when I wrote my first book, The Mugs Saucers Café, I thought
Yes.
it was a standalone book.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be read like that. It could be
Sure.
it could
Yeah.
be like that. But the second I was done, I missed the characters so much, and I felt silly at how much I missed them because I created them. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but like I really missed them. I felt like they were real and they had become part of me, or an extension of me, anyways. And I
Yes.
did share that first draft with my one of my best friends, and she too was like, "No, I need more. I need more Maggie and Billy." So I said, "But I'm done. I couldn't." And so it was my friend that suggested maybe you could do a sequel or a prequel to those books,
Oh, yeah.
to that book. And the seed was planted. Once my imagination starts going, it just rolls. I keep thinking of that big ball in Indiana Jones that he's running.
Oh, yeah.
Except it's a good ball in my case. I'm not really running from it. It's just gaining momentum. So that was my inspiration. It was okay. Now there's a chance that I could have them back in my life,
Mm-hmm.
and so it was kind of not difficult. It was a little bit challenging to write from a book that was already done and that I never thought I would be pulling reality from, right? To write more books about it. So it was challenging to write The Cabin, but it was kind of fun because it allowed me to go back to being 18 and thinking about what life is like.
Wow, from that perspective, yeah.
Yes, yeah, and what things are important and exciting and devastating when we're that age, and so it's really fun to see Maggie and Billy in their young days
So
together.
this is like a prequel.
Yes, it's the prequel to the Mugs and Saucers.
Exciting.
Yeah, so
So
it's
for
very
those,
very racy because it's young love and
yeah. So if someone hasn't read your Mugs and Saucers, could they go ahead and read this first then, and then
they
read your
could, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I have a feeling because it has become a 5-part series. So I have a feeling that maybe people will wait till they're all out, which could be a while. So I would suggest that. But it could be the first one that you read. It would work.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. So, aside from a racy love story, what's a message that's in the book that you're hoping the readers really see or get out of it?
It's funny. It is just a lot of people that care about me greatly say it with love. When they read it or they find out what it's about, they just kind of laugh and, so, Kat, you're writing smut.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess, but it's more than that. This one's a little bit more just fun, but the story is about a great love that is very rare and that some of us never ever get to see or experience. And not that life is perfect, but if you find a companion that loves you for who you are, you're lucky. A lot of us have friends that care for us that way too, right?
Yeah.
With the romance part, it's kind of a bonus if you're lucky enough to have that. And they're both very kind, caring people, and they both serve others in different ways. And when they're together, it just amplifies the love that they already have for other people, and together they just I don't know. It's really all about love, and not just the racy part of love. It's taking care of others and being kind to others and each other. So hopefully that's what the reader gets.
All right. I love it so much. So this is going to be book 1, essentially, in that 5-book series. And so...
Yes, it's going to say book 2, but...
Oh.
So you can read it with Mugs and Saucers first and The Cabin second, and it will still work. It's sort of like a...
It can kind of go either way.
Yeah.
It can go either way. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's creative that you wrote it that way. And it's not easy to write that way.
No, it was very challenging. It was very challenging. It took a lot of, I don't know, more thought, right? Because I backtracked.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to make sure that what I had said, without any thought in any future in Mugs and Saucers, lined up with. So.
Wow, what a process. Kudos to you for taking that on
and not wanting to
let those characters die. We're gonna bring these characters more life, breathe more life into them, and continue the story. So it's super exciting stuff. Well, if you're listening to this, obviously today is the release. This is the ebook release of The Cabin. So you can get it on Amazon now in ebook. In a couple weeks, it's going to be available paperback everywhere. Mugs and Saucers is already out there, right? And so people can go and they can get that now in paperback or ebook form. It's been out for a little while, and we're excited for Kat as she goes down this authoring journey and sharing her creative stories with us. I absolutely love it. So what would you say to a woman out there that may have already created some short stories or might have this creative thought? What advice would you give them, or would you have given yourself?
Oh man, me a year ago, me 2 years ago, if I could tell her and every other woman out there waiting for the right moment or afraid to take the leap, a year ago, I would not have done this kind of thing, this interview. I would, oh man, the thought of it makes me feel anxious. This is so out of my comfort zone. And all of this journey has been so out of my comfort zone. But do it anyways. We learn as we get older that it's the things that we didn't do, right? And it sounds so cliche. We hear that from all of our elders, but it's so true. And if you miss it, you can't go back. So what if you mess up? So what if it doesn't work out? There's always something in it, right? Work with the difficulties that you face and grow from it, because it's amazing. It's, as much as I'm still frightened of a lot of the growing that I'm doing, so worth it. And the joy that this journey has brought to me, I don't have words for it. It's so worth it. And it's still stressful and scary too. but just take the leap is what I would tell anyone. Just do it.
Just do it. Do it anyways. That leap of faith can be scary. And I know a lot of people say, if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough.
They're not big enough. Yeah.
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 And I think that's true. And I think that's been true in your case. And I think you're doing an amazing job. I commend you for sharing these stories and in being brave. I've written in books, right? I share chapters in books. I haven't written my own book yet. I've even paid for the publishing on not written my book yet. So you're that much ahead of me. I know.
But it's still percolating, right? It'll come when it's supposed to.
Yeah, it's there. And my daughter, she wrote a book. It's an amazing book. It's great. It's a beautiful book. Full of adventure and history and chaos and fun.
Awesome.
And she planned out an entire series and hasn't got to book 2. We keep rolling that date back. Just book 2. It's just not coming out, right?
Yep.
So,
but everything happens for a reason,
in its own time,
to, right?
In its own time, yeah. So don't stress yourself. But I think just so amazing in this short amount of time that I've known you to just have these 2 books come out. So excited. I hope you're able to continue that creative path.
Me too. Well, I have about 5 other books outside of my Maggie Ashbury series that aren't done, but are waiting for when I'm done this part of my journey. I can't remember what I was going to say. When I did my first book, I was going to use a pen name because, and it's funny because it's the least racy of all of the books, but I was embarrassed that I had written a racy book. And I didn't want people that knew me to know that it was me. Well, in a short time, now I'm like, which is so weird for me. Look at me, look what I did. It's just so strange. But what's really cool, I'm a homeschooling mom, and my kids are both very creative and artsy and love reading and writing. And my daughter as well is publishing her first book, which is a series. And I'm lucky enough to have her read it to me. And it's, I mean, when you're the mom, of course, but it's really good. Like, I'm really impressed. Wow. So my kids being inspired to do the same thing is wonderful.
You did that.
It's awesome.
They saw you do it. They saw it was possible.
Yeah.
And
there's no words for that.
Yep.
It's amazing.
It is a pretty amazing feeling.
Yeah.
So excited. Well, I just love being part of this journey for you. And I love to see all of this come to fruition for you. Now, if people want to connect with you, what is the best way for them to do that?
You can find me on a lot of platforms now, Instagram and Facebook. And I'm learning a lot about I'm not, techie or fluent in all of those platforms yet, but probably Instagram and Facebook are the best places. I'm also kind of on TikTok. I'm not real good at working that one.
Twitter, neither am I.
Yeah. I don't know. Twitter or X, whatever you're calling it. LinkedIn. There's lots of places.
Awesome. So if you want to connect with Kat and pick her ear or learn more about her and her books and her journey, you can find her on all the social media platforms now, which is pretty amazing too, because I know that's new for her too. You can find her books on Amazon. You can find them on She Writes Studios. You can find them pretty soon
now.
Everywhere.
Yep.
Everywhere. Can you believe that? So amazing. All right. Well, thank you so much, Kat, for jumping on and talking to me about this new book and your inspiration and your journey and being transparent that it wasn't exactly easy, but you put the work in. So congratulations. I can't wait to see. You had such great success with the first book. I'm expecting to have the same with this book. And I can't wait to see the entire series.
Thank you, Heather.
Thank you. Everyone have a great day. All right. There'll be links attached to this where you can actually go and get your download for The Cabin.
Awesome. Thanks.
Have a great day. Everybody.